Hey everybody, welcome to Noir Bar. Come on in, take a seat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ooh, I never noticed that. OBS has all these changes to it that I wasn't seeing before. Oh well. And joining me at the bar tonight, of course, is FarZoosme. Far, how are you this evening? Or what is it? It's like 5:41 p.m. there, right? 5:42 p.m.
Hey, he got it.
Yeah, well, that's
Yay!
it's like 12 hours off, so it's not that hard to figure out. Yeah.
But hey, just wait until daylight savings hits for you.
Yeah, no kidding.
Then you get really fucked because we don't do that here.
Yeah, wait a minute. Isn't it like daylight savings like tonight, tomorrow night, something? Is it?
Wait, is it?
I think.
I don't keep track of it because I fucking hate daylight savings.
I can't. Holy fuck! Are you loud tonight, Far? I have to keep turning it.
Am I?
Yeah. Well, I mean, relative to me and the music and everything, it's always a fun thing adjusting everyone's audio volume.
I'm just asserting my dominance, Polly. I own this bar.
Well, I'm gonna have to wait for chat to tell me if they can hear the music as well as hear me, as well as hear you, and all relatively good levels. And Milkman Dan's here, and I haven't seen Milkman Dan that I noticed in so long.
Shit.
Yeah, how's it going, man? Welcome, welcome. And Unholy Reaper's been here for a while, and Functional because they're awesome. And Evolved Potato, who already posted our links in chat. So if you feel like tipping the bartender, remember it's you can find me at streamlabs.com/polydublive, or just click the link as Evolved Potatoes put down there. Cynic's here. Hey, Cynic, how's it going? And Pop Tart's here, and she's always awesome. And Johnny Hellcat. Did you know Johnny Hellcat just recently became a firearms owner?
Really?
Yes, really. Which is pretty sweet. Yeah, congratulations on that. It's always fun. One of the crowd. And we have Two Truths and a Lie that we played tonight. I've written up some new ones, and one of them is about me and firearms.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Wait, that's the one you were writing up?
Indeed.
The one that we were joking, like, oh hey, it's gonna be like, which Floyd Jr. quote is this? Which one is the fake one?
And I
you could.
Well, yeah, I could. Good. Hold on here for just a quick second. I'm gonna do something behind the scenes. Apparently your boy Pat just sent a message. He'd like to come back to 1942. There.
Oh shit.
I sent him the code to enter the time machine.
Oh.
Do you have the ones that I sent you? Okay, Evolved Potato sent me some 40K. Two Truths and a Lie. Man, I'm gonna have to talk to Inquisitor and decode those, man. Like, I thank you, I appreciate it, but 40K lore, man, like it makes, George R.R. Martin and Tolkien lore seem simple by comparison. It gets so deep. Right. Whew. Oh yeah, and Far just posted the new link to her new merch store where there's new and awesome stuff that you can go check out. So buy your shit.
Yeah, buy my shit.
Yeah.
Before I steal your shit.
I was actually just pressuring her to Cynic says, new wife, new gun. Is there a prenup by chance? Lol. Cynic's so just, I don't know.
Cynical.
Yeah, I mean, I get the name, it fits, but fucking hell. I'd like to spend a couple hours viewing the world through Cynic's lens, like just see how dark things really are. All right. It is a bar, and I have tall cans of hard cider, so let's get this party started.
Sweet. And I have the last dregs of the ramen here. Let's go.
Brian Wilson's here, and Rotten Corpse, and everyone else, and hopefully Pat will be showing up before too long, and we can all have fun together while we hang out and drink. Oh, there's Pat and his greasy self. How's it going, man?
Hey, what's going on now?
Look at that. I still remember.
Sorry, just his greasy self.
Well, it's just his avatar popped up, and for those of you who know,
I see it, but it's just like.
I know, like I said, the old Hangouts avatar. Like I said, it's been a while since I used Hangouts, so it's like it's really weird, when you used to use like Streamlabs and OBS and things.
Yeah, I remember when you were on a stream like 2 years ago. I wasn't on it. I was just listening to you talk, and it was like somebody asks you, is that really you? And you're like, yeah, that's me, you know? And it's like, have you been like that forever? And you're like, no, I got out of the military, got a little lazy, and then I started to get that dad bod and things like that. So I just started, you know, and I worked myself up to this, and suddenly I felt like the laziest man in the world. Like, because I remember it 2 years later. That's the impression it made on me. I'm like, you started getting a dad bod, so then turned yourself into Dwayne Johnson? Holy fuck.
Well, that's why you gotta get onto it, Paul. You gotta start throwing 5 bottles over that guy's fence.
Well, hey, let's. I don't think throwing empty liquor bottles is gonna get me looking all buff like that. But you know,
you never know. You know,
yeah.
Good work.
It was just that one day where I just looked in the mirror and I'm just like, oh my god, man, I don't like the way I look. I need to work on this right here.
Did you buy a membership to a gym, or did you just do it with home equipment and such?
I started out with home equipment and then I went to a gym.
Okay.
The training regimen that I went through to get that shape right there was basically, you know, it required a gym because all the stuff I had to do like on a daily basis.
Like, you needed the specific equipment for like muscle group focus and what have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was like, one day I work on shoulders, then the next day I work on legs and, you know, arms and things like that. It was like working on a certain body part. Every day, like I'm saying, 5 days a week for like a couple of hours, and and eating a certain way. Trust me, it's a really difficult workout, and things
Right.
that. So it's like, yeah. So when you get the results, you're so proud of them. The hardest thing is maintaining after. But it's easy to get, but it's hell to maintain.
Really?
Yeah.
Because everyone I know that works out says the exact opposite. They say the hard part is getting there, and then all you got to do is coast and maintain.
That's the hard part right there, maintaining that stuff. I mean, it is real easy to get it. Especially if you just stick with it. Day by day. Like for me, it took about 6 months to really get like rock hard and things like that. But it's like once you get it and all that right there, you try to enjoy it, and then you just like kind of mellow out. Next thing you know, it's like, oh shit, here we go again.
But what was the hardest food cutting out? I'm curious because you get the diet thing. People have always stressed me out. Crucial the diet was. What'd you miss?
Oh my god, man! This was the time when I was so used to, I'm Southern, so I'm used to fried foods.
Okay.
So giving up like the fried chicken and like all the good Southern food, like the food that mom makes.
I don't. These people with this. We were talking about it. What's the diet? It's basically like a repackaged Atkins diet. No carbs, proteins like crazy.
Is that keto? Is it that keto diet?
Yeah, it's something like that. I forget. It's to activate the
Yeah.
Like I keep wanting to call it the quinine diet, but that's like bitter powder that they put in tonic water. That's not it. Anyway, like Sargon's on it, and he's lost crazy weight. I remember Pop-Tart was watching a stream with him. He's like, God damn, that guy's lost a lot of weight. And I didn't really notice it because I watch whenever his videos go up, right? But yeah, he's a like dead set on that diet because you can eat. He's like, roast beef, chicken, whatever the fuck. You can just go crazy as long as you're not taking in them carbs. And I started thinking about it. I would admit,
carbs are
like, bread for sandwiches and chips and like all the useless ass carbs that I take in. I think, man, that would be rough for me.
All the bread and potatoes, the starch and things like that.
Yeah.
That was hard to cut out.
Keto diet, Milkman. Ketamine diet. No, cynic, not the...
I mean, it could be, know.
Oh, fuck. I saw a meme the other day, and I'm like, I can't believe somebody actually made that. It was like a double-sided meme, and it said like ketamine for horses, no problem. Ketamine for you, and it was like a picture of a jail cell. Because it's a horse, a veterinarian's tranquilizer or sedative. Yeah, okay. Whatever you got to do. The keto diet. Yeah, that's the... I was reading on it, and man, it's like, how is this not just repackaged Atkins? it just cut out the carbs, massive protein. I guess, man. I'd miss those carbs, and as soon as I found out how much carbs was in booze, I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, and it's funny that that you bring up like when you brought up The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. The wild part is like his diet that he did for like the movie Pain and Gain.
Yeah,
that was the diet I was basically trying to do, but I couldn't because it's like what it required him to eat in order to like get a certain size and things like that. That wasn't in my budget, so I had to basically like pick like certain days and like cut out certain meals, in order to like stick to the basic plan. Now his exercise plan, I held on that to the T. But it's like this guy he'd eat like a big breakfast, then he'd eat like a small snack like 2 hours after that. He'd eat a big lunch, then of course a small stature after that right there,
Right.
plus like drink like a protein shake after that. He'd eat a big meal. Then, of course, a small thing after that, followed by a protein shake. And before he went to sleep, he drank a protein shake. So he did that every day. I want to say for like, I forgot, I want to say, yeah, it was like about 5 to 6 months or something like that, getting ready for this movie, to like, to basically like bulk up and like, cut like, to cut up and look the way he did, have you seen the movie Pain and Gain?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Now you seen how big and how ripped he was in that part right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, imagine doing that diet right there, plus that that exercise program that he has right there. Like, I'm gonna look it up in a moment. And I'm gonna send it to you through Twitter, and you're gonna be like, God, he did all that. Because I said, no, I'm gonna do this one right here because I looked up his Pain and Gain diet, then I looked up his Hercules diet, and I looked up the Hercules and I said, fuck that, that's extreme.
Well, I don't know. That rumor's out there about our man Dwayne Johnson that you can't be natural like that. People are saying that guy's gone beyond. He's into supplements, not necessarily steroids, but that guy's.
Oh yeah, he took supplements too.
Like beyond vitamin C, we're talking here. Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know if he did roids and things like that, but it's like, but the diet and exercise itself, yeah, it proved to have great results. Now, like what else he was doing with that, I don't know.
I'm just saying he's at this point. I've seen him recently, and it's like, what is it you're exactly trying to achieve at this point? Like, stop. Because like, you're so ridiculously huge. What is it you're trying to? It's like, oh, I'm trying to get to that next level. What level? Demigod? What do you? I don't know. It's a little weird.
Be surprised.
You know what? When I saw that movie Pain and Gain, I remember watching it, and I'm like, why is this movie so? Like, it was the way it was filmed, the way that it looked. What is with the constant camera flares when everything's caught and the camera lens catches the sun? And why does it look like this? Why is it so over polished? And then at the end of the movie, directed by Michael Bay, and I'm like, that's why. The shitty comedy, everything's filmed like it's porn. It looked like Transformers. It's a fucking Michael Bay film. It just didn't seem like one of his movies. Giant fighting robots seem like his movies. Super ultra budget. I guess he wanted to try something different. But yeah, a Michael Bay film sure as hell looks like one. I wasn't very far into it before I sensed something was amiss. Had too much Hollywood polish on it. But, well, that's just my opinion. So let's get into some news. And by news, I mean like random shit that I found online for us to laugh at while we drink. Well,
all right.
I'm drinking anyway, so hold on. Let me share the screen with you guys. Pat, I don't know if you've been here since we've been doing this. I'm going to split the screen there so you guys can see what I'm looking at. So you'll look at the left half of your screen. The right half of your screen is Inception.
Don't look at the right.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
You get a little
It seems so insane if you look at the right side for too long.
Oh, you know what? I have a story to start off with that I came across randomly, and it does relate to drinking. So I think that's a good one to start off with. Bulgarian's blood alcohol level astounds doctors.
All right.
Bulgarian doctors tested a man's blood alcohol level 5 times before it was accepted at 0.914. That's right. He was just shy of 1% alcohol for blood. Nearly twice the amount considered to be life-threatening. The 67-year-old man.
67?
Whoa! Holy shit!
Oh, cat can he can knock him back.
Yeah, Bulgaria don't fuck around, man. The 67-year-old man landed in a hospital on December 20th after a car knocked him off his feet in the southern Bulgarian city of Oran, police and doctors said Tuesday. A breath test indicated alcohol levels so high that police thought their equipment was broken because the man remained conscious and talked with them.
Yeah, he couldn't feel that shit because he was so drunk.
The head of the police said 5 separate lab tests were taken the same day, confirmed the man's blood alcohol level was indeed at 0.914. A blood alcohol level of 0.55 is considered potentially fatal. So he had more than 11 times that alcohol blood level. Fuck.
Jesus, man.
So
Yeah.
You have to imagine this guy's liver's been working overtime for several decades if he has that kind of tolerance.
It has to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I've never done one of them breathalyzer tests or anything like that. So when I get straight sauced, I have no idea what my... I know I shouldn't be operating heavy machinery, and anything past 2 drinks, and there's no way I'm going to drive because it's just dumb. But I don't know. I'd be curious when I'm absolutely sauced what the hell my blood alcohol level's at, just to be able to compare it to the Bulgarian Superman here. Right. Challenge accepted, Milkman Dan says.
Oh, Jesus. Well, we're going to have a dead milkman soon.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
But I wonder, can you get, like, a breathalyzer test for home? Or is that, like, police issue only?
Well, you know what? I've seen cheap ones that you can buy that are like keychain ones, but they always struck me as novelty items, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, but I mean like one that's not a novelty item that probably doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, hell, the police
Like,
are buying them off the commercial market. It's not like the police are making them in their own laboratory. So if they're buying them, you can buy them. If you know, that would be my guess. Thank you, Evolved Potato, for the donation. I forgot to say. Hashtag Noir Bar Racism. Hashtag Noir Bar Segregation. Hashtag Polydub Racist. Also, just read the 2 truths and a lie I sent you, Polly. They are correct. That is all. Okay, so Pat, it's funny that you're here.
Yeah, right?
Okay, so I've told this...
So apparently we're right.
Yeah, I've told this story a few times. I was like, 1942 is awesome because the bar is based in 1942, right? And I'm like, 1942 is awesome and so on. And Ebony Williams was in chat the other night and she was saying, so when you say you love the 1940s, you're referring to like the clothes and music, right? And I told the story I've told about a half dozen times by this point. I was like, see, last time your boy Pat was on, I said, I love the 40s. And Pat goes, yeah, depends on who you were.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and it started this whole thing that Evolved Potatoes reminded me of, like hashtag Noir Bar segregation and stuff. And I'm like, not in my bar, okay? All are welcome to come and get loaded here. And and as I was quick to reference at the time, not everything was all, Jim Crow'd to death. The Harlem Renaissance had long since happened by that point. Small's Paradise in Harlem, and what else? Not the Cobalt Club. That's from the Shadow comic books. Shit, that other fucking famous bar that, not Jimmy's Chicken Shack. Fuck. Anyway, plenty of integrated bars is my fucking point for late night atmosphere. You guys are weird. You're trying to start fights. That's the problem. It's not in my bar. And Gilcato's here. How's it going, Gilcato? Noir Bar segregation is just that fire that can't sit at the bar. As with all the empty seats, not Stooley, the fire has to do. Well, you know what? Motherfucker, I'm putting Stoolie away on you guys, man.
No, it's Sully. He's fine. He's just vibing. It's fine.
I could disappear Stoolie like that. I've got both backgrounds ready.
I know, but he's fine. All right.
Everyone
Yeah,
keeps.
it's all good.
Yeah, You guys think I'm kidding? One time you're gonna walk in and Stewie's gonna be sitting upside down on that near table to us. It's
Yeah, like, I think he's shown me the files before as well. It's like really, he's done. He's gone through. He's gone through it.
so I actually
He can move Stoolie wherever the fuck he wants.
I really have. I cut out the whole background. You know what was funny? People kept joking that the stool's on fire, right? And I said, no, it's not. So I remove the stool. Okay, I go to Photoshop. I take the time. You know how long it took me to do that? A full movie while I was fucking around making it perfect. Very next Noir Bar, everyone's like, what happened to Stoolie? And oh, you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And that's
If
what I
I was
came to
just
realize.
sitting there just having a good drink.
Yeah, people just like
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
with me and I fall for it. That's what's going on. Nobody had a problem. They're just assholes.
Yeah, he just sitting there just drinking up some good fire water.
So I was talking to a friend of mine about stories about J. Edgar Hoover. Now you want to talk about people that were in favor of segregation. Let's talk about our man Hoover.
Man, ooh.
Well, he was. Let's just, it's, and if there was ever a man who ran a federal agency like a true patriarch, it was J. Edgar Hoover in the FBI, man. So I was telling him, true to life IRL stories about J. Edgar Hoover that have been verified, like the way he would threaten presidents into maintaining his office, specifically with JFK, because he had illegal wiretaps everywhere. That guy ordered illegal wiretaps everywhere. Extraordinary research, it was called in FBI parlance in their files, which means wiretaps that had no legal warrant for them. And in wiretapping, recording, and getting witness statements from anybody and everybody, especially in and around politicians, in attempts for foreign adversaries to coerce them, because he had his ear to the ground related to foreign influence. He ended up catching a whole bunch of politicians taking money on the side, cheating on their wives, et cetera, and JFK was a pussy hound. Let's just be blunt. He was. And so JFK Robert Kennedy, his brother, Attorney General, gets approached by J. Edgar Hoover and tells him, Mr. Kennedy, I realize that you're the Attorney General, and your brother, of course, is President of the United States, and it has come to my attention that he is having a illicit affair with one Hollywood starlet by the name of Marilyn Monroe, and this would be terrible if this news got out, Mr. Attorney General, and I want you to know that the last person to ever reveal this information to the press would be me. Now, that's his not too subtle way of saying don't fuck with me. The reason why he was so particularly interested, especially with the Kennedys, is because he had passed the mandatory federal retirement age at that point. The Kennedys, who felt that this guy who had been running the FBI for like 40 years at that point needed to get the fuck out of office. You know what I mean? But Hoover wasn't going anywhere. He died in office. And so, like, how did he get special presidential permission to maintain his position even though he was well past the retirement age? Well, you threaten him with revealing his love affairs.
It'd be a damn shame that somebody found out you slept with this sexy bleached blonde bombshell.
Yeah. And then what was funny is actually that affair at that point was already over with JFK and actually over with Robert, too, because Robert had also slept with her. But just
allegedly.
poor Marilyn, man. She just got used by so many people in the most cynical way. It was.
Yeah, I remember doing that video about her, doing all that research, and I was like, damn, man, this woman got used, I'm saying, since childhood. Like, damn.
Yeah, absolutely. It was like, I'm not trying to say she was an angel, but the people around her were low, man, low. Like it.
Oh, no. She wasn't an angel and things like that. You know, she had her moments where it's like, she voluntarily, did a whole lot of this stuff, man. especially when she was trying to, she was really trying to break into Hollywood and things like that. Starlets and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did some questionable shit. And I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised. It still doesn't change my mind about it, man. She was one of the greatest there ever was to grace the silver screen, and finding a motherfucker still to this day.
Yeah, you know what kills me the most is the last movie that she was filming that she didn't finish, the one with Dean Martin.
Something's got to give, I think.
Something's got to give, right? She played the plot of the movie is that she was a wife to Dean Martin who was lost in a plane crash or something. He thought she was dead, and then so she shows up years later when her husband is remarried, kind of thing, right? And those famous pictures of her in the pool naked. She's in her 30s, still fine as fuck. Like, something else, man. That's what brought that to mind. I was watching a documentary about her and the filming of that last movie, and the end of the documentary had all of the restored footage that they had filmed up to that point for that movie, like halfway. So it was a treat to watch it, right? This kind of like lost Marilyn film, and they showed all of those photographs of her swimming, ass naked in the pool, and it's like, my God, woman, you really. I mean, this is a woman who went to bed every night with like barbiturates and a bottle of champagne and still held her figure. Like,
that's the thing.
Thank you.
She was a pill popping motherfucker.
Yeah, she really was. Especially at that time where regular doctors would have handed you anything you wanted. You didn't need one of them dirty Hollywood doctors, Thank you, Vol Potato, for the tip. Sorry, I just missed it. Just saw it come up. He says, that's gaslighting, Polly. I was the only one on that stream that said Stooley was not being there and looked weird. I didn't say he was on fire. Also, try putting Stooley on a stool. He should be allowed to sit down. Isn't a stool technically always sitting? Isn't that the way we should look at it? But I bring up stories about...
But is Stooley really Stooley without the fire on it?
No, that's a good question. And that
What makes Stooley Stooley?
Well, and it follows me around the internet. When I was over on Drunkle stream last week, whatever way you want to look at it, Sinatra put an otter in the center of the screen, and of course, like Drunkle's background is like it's got a fireplace, and it looks like the otter's head was on fire. So everyone's like, it's Stooley's revenge. The otter's on fire.
Nice.
So I bring up our boy Jay Edgar there because there was one story that I remembered, but I couldn't remember the details of it. It was the kind of fear that Hoover, as FBI director, invoked of the people around him. Talk about being surrounded by yes men, this guy. Because he'd fire your ass in a minute or promote you just as fast, right? Or transfer you up to fucking Alaska. The guy ran the place like a true patriarch. And I finally found the story, and it's sourced. Hoover has been described as becoming increasingly a caricature of himself towards the end of his life. The book, No Left Turns, by former Special Agent Joseph Schlott, portrays a rigid, paranoid old man who terrified everyone. For example, Hoover liked to write in the margins of his memos. According to Schlott, one memo had too narrow of margins, and Hoover wrote, quote, "Watch the borders!" exclamation mark. No one had the nerve to ask him why, but they sent inquiries to the Border Patrol about any strange activities at the Canadian and Mexican frontiers. It took a full week before a headquarters staffer realized the message related to the borders of the memo paper, not the country.
Oh. You're saying gotta watch those mountain coyotes.
Right? I love the idea that 3 words, watch the borders, could like start all kinds of special agents suddenly doing like, okay, well shit, what's going on at the borders? Like, yeah, that's the way the man sent orders. True ruling by fiat, man.
I just also like how like they all went after, like he just wrote 3 words, watch the borders, And then
Yeah.
I would just go, oh shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
anything else of it?
no, that was enough to spark everyone, and that's the kind of fear that he ruled the FBI with. It's just people were like, yes, sir, Mr. Hoover, let's get the fuck on him, you know? So when he said, like, illegally wiretap so-and-so, you know, extraordinary research on so-and-so, they just went and fucking did it. He was a results-oriented guy. Like, a week later, if he asked, how's the research on so-and-so going? And you were like, well, we didn't get it started. Well, that was your ass. Weird. I mean, all the stuff that you've heard about the FBI and involvement in politics and it being a politicized organization, et cetera, like under Trump's presidency. Do you find any of that surprising, considering that for its first 45 years, it was run by this guy? You know what I mean?
No.
Like, that level of involvement. Like, I'm not saying that there isn't competency at the FBI. I'm saying that institutionally, it's a very weird organization. You know?
Yeah. It from what I've seen of, like, all the... This is going to sound really fucking stupid, but all the crime documentaries that we've seen...
Right.
Yeah, they're a really fucking weird bunch.
Yeah, they are. They are those guys who will swoop in at the last minute of an investigation, claim it under federal jurisdiction, take it to federal prosecutors, and then claim the success.
And then claim.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll claim the success. It's like, oh yeah, we did this, this, and this is our criminal analysts that totally can decipher personalities of these criminals. Woo.
Yeah.
And it's like, you guys didn't actually do anything, did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
Like
No.
Like I'm saying, I'm not saying there isn't competency there. I'm saying that it's an institution that is rife with incompetency as well. It's not like it's always the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is it that federal prosecutors are able to pull off that 92% success rate in convicting criminals? Because they cherry pick what they're going to prosecute off of state and local police. That's why.
Yeah.
They don't pick losing cases. They come in and pick federal jurisdiction or pull federal jurisdiction over local cases that are guaranteed winners. That's how. But local and state police don't have that option. They run investigations on whatever they decide to, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Basically, the FBI are vultures.
Michael Hatfield says he just got the notification. Thanks, YouTube.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that lately. Like, people been getting like notifications way late, and by the time they, realize somebody's on, it's like, shit, they're either damn near or halfway finished.
Yeah, I had that the other day with comic book curation, like hours, and I mean hours after it fucking finished. Like, I got a notification bell. It's like, oh, 5 hours ago. Yeah, comic book curation is live. Oh, thanks, YouTube.
They're recommending
Really?
me people, and I'm just like, who the hell is this?
That is the thing that I have noticed the most often, the most recently, is the recommendations seem contrary to what I'm watching, and that seems deliberate. I'm watching something related to that's critical of Islam or critical of terrorism, and I'm getting stuff from the Council on American Islamic Relations as the next recommendation, like religion of peace stuff. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. I get
I believe you. It's just that's really fucking funny.
You're watching something from like the former Skeptosphere, be it like Monkey or Sargon or whoever the fuck, right? And you're getting like I'm getting ContraPoints recommended.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I've always gotten ContraPoints recommended to me. Never clicked on a video. But it's always there. I just ignore it at this point.
It's like they're trying to get you to do the opposite of what you like.
That's exactly what I think. It stands the fuck out. Like, it seems like we want to contravene what you're thinking right now. So here, let's give you a balanced opinion. No. It seems like you're trying to indoctrinate some people here. Like, I don't know if you've ever been over to BitChute. It has this reputation of being like an alt-right haven. It kinda is. I mean, when you go over there is a lot of weird white nationalist shit and weird shit like that. And I don't want to watch that trash. But it's not that it's over there in large amounts. I've come to think that it's like YouTube is just lefty central and you can't put up anything. I mean, you could put up stuff that's pro Antifa, you understand what I mean? And from some right-winger's perspective, that's the extreme shit from the other side. It's just welcome on YouTube, and you understand what I mean? So you can't put up that fringe right-wing shit on YouTube. So you end up over on other places.
Right-wing shit though. That's on BitChute. It's like, it's all the weird shit that they've tried to get off YouTube. Like, you can find anti-vax stuff on there pretty fucking easily.
That is a good point. It is a bunch of fringe shit in general.
It's just everything that YouTube tried to purge.
Yeah.
But the people making the content, they were just like, I don't want to stop making this. I want to spread the truth.
Oh yeah, and
so they go to fucking BitChute.
Yeah, it's a good point about the fringe shit, because there's also a lot of fringe religious stuff on there. Demons are gonna get you, and the final days and so forth. You know, a lot of that shit.
Yeah,
it's BitChute's a different beast, man. Milkman Dan says X-Files was good though. Yeah, you're not wrong. X-Files was that's some good 90s fun right there. I mean, I didn't see it at the time, but I watched it after the fact. And Unholy Reaper says, you're not wrong, Polly. A couple of soldiers that he knew went to the FBI and they got out. They're not exactly the sharpest tools in the shed. That's rough. That's a rough commentary. Wow. Virgil Grin says, no matter what I watch, no matter what it is, I get Tucker Carlson and Fox News in my sidebar. You want to see the algorithm? Do the experiment for yourself and see if it works for you. I asked a bunch of people to try this. Just in the search bar, type in Tucker Carlson, nothing else. It took to the third page before I got anything actually related to Tucker Carlson himself. It was all CNN, why Tucker Carlson's racist, Vox News, the most racist things ever said by Tucker Carlson.
You asked me to do that as well. Yeah, I remember that. And I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, like he asked me, like, just, type in Tucker Carlson to YouTube. Okay. Had the exact same experience of like, wow.
Because I wanted to see if it worked in another country the same way. It's even in Australia, they have picked out Carlson for the treatment, man. It's elections coming up. We don't want this guy on here.
They quick to throw CNN in your face, boys.
Yes, they are. And MSNBC. I get a lot of Trump did stupid thing X on MSNBC from the channel. Speaking of Trump, Pat, did you hear Trump went and voted today? Have you seen the video clip of him walking out of the voting station?
No, I haven't seen that.
He just turns to the camera, waves, and says, "Hey, I voted for some guy named Trump." He's such an asshole. I just love it.
I mean, to be fair, I would do the exact same thing. It was like voting for myself, right? It's like, hey, I just voted for some bitch named Fox.
just to see how many motherfuckers are gonna screech, boy.
Vol Potato said he tried it and he got Tucker on the second video, like actual original Tucker. Good for you, because for me, North America and Australia, it took a lot of scrolling before we found actual Tucker content.
Yeah, but that's what trips me out about Trump, though, man, because he has exposed the love for a lot of stuff, man. Everything that they claim that they're not, and they're trying to project onto the right and all that right there, man. He has got them to expose themselves big time, man, just by being himself.
A lot of mask slippage in the last 3.5, 4 years, right? It's we really do believe that we're the ones that, like, we in the news entertainment media believe we're the ones who pick and choose who our leaders are gonna be. We can trash talk these people right out of office while claiming that we're just speaking truth to power. We're just being independent journalists, right? By not reporting on the Hunter Biden laptop and not pretending that Joe Biden really needs a psych eval. You know,
Yeah, because that's exactly what they do. They just don't speak about it. And of course, a lot of people, unlike us, who actually, like, I'm skeptical about this and do our own research instead of just, like news and mainstream media is like our only source of political information right there. So if they say it, that must be true. So that's what I'm going by. This is why I get into like a few arguments why I did, but now I just choose to ignore them because they just have their mindset, because that's all they do. Like their only source for political information is the news. So it's like, when you got mainstream media basically saying, like Orange Man bad and this is racist and this is horrible and all that right there, and they have to come to get you, you're gonna take that to heart because that's the only thing because you won't look at anything else or listen to a different opinion other than what they told
you. Yep. I don't know. I think people we tend to not talk politics because it's 1942. You want to talk about FDR and the war and Europe and the Asian Pacific. But I will say one last thing. I do sincerely believe the biggest problem facing America is the news media. And people say, "Oh, you don't think there's bigger threats? How's that costing people's lives?" And my answer is, you know what? Maybe that is the biggest problem. Okay, like something else, right? But how would you know? See my point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because for 3 years straight, they said the biggest threat facing America is the white nationalist Russian collaborator in the White House. Was he a Russian collaborator? Turns out not. Well, then why the fuck did you waste everyone's fucking time with it for 3? Because you wanted him out of office. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the deaths that happen in Chicago that everyone mentions online is like, it's every weekend. If we talk about Black Lives Matter, don't care unless it's a police officer who does it, etc. Yeah, but it's not wrong. Yeah, it gets repeated a lot, but it's not wrong. They don't even talk about it. Why not? Because it doesn't fit a certain fucking message. See what I mean? I think
exactly
the biggest problems are not amplified or known, or generally people are not made aware of them because the news media spends all of the time trying to spin what they think are the biggest problems. Therefore, they're the biggest fucking problem.
Bingo, right there. Like I said, when your only source for what's going on in the world is the mainstream media, right there, that's what you're basically going to take as. Because, like I said, a lot of people don't use the internet or don't go on the internet and things like that. Well, not to do like political research like how we do. So it's like that's what they basically take right there. If the news doesn't say it, they don't think it's happening. Like for instance, like all the black deaths that doesn't happen during like all these BLM and Antifa protests. They don't hear about that because the news doesn't talk about it.
Yeah. I cannot think of a way to segue to talking about Victorian Halloween traditions. I got nothing. Because that's what we're talking about next. I would. Fuck.
Yeah.
Racism, probably. I don't know.
Let's see. Yeah, that's racist to do that. You know where else was racist? Victorian England. I don't know. Sorry. Wow. I peeked my mic out. Sorry. Rip your ears. Wow.
No, but what we got right here?
Yeah. Let's do this. Here we are. So I was on Cocktail Hour over on Weebo Jones's channel there, and fuck, who was it in chat? Somebody asked, "Are you following any Victorian Halloween traditions?" And I was like, I never even stopped to think about that. Because Victorian Christmas traditions I love. The goose, the Yule log, yeah, I know. It's got pagan traditions. Whatever is a big thing in Victorian England, too. A lot of the things we think of as Christmas traditions are actually just Victorian Christmas traditions. And I love Christmas, so I'm all about that. So why not? What did they do? And look at this old Victorian Christmas card. You got the jack-o'-lantern, the black cat, this could have been made recently. Crazy.
Yeah, so, why does it look like a pregnant white lady in a sheer gown hiding away from the kid?
I thought she was pregnant too looking at this. No, I think this just... Beware, the time is here. The witches do appear. Victorian era Halloween greeting card. All right. So the bobbing for apples thing. I did not know that was common in the 1860s through 1890s in England. Really? That's crazy. Single women, mostly in rural areas, would peel an apple, taking extra care not to tear or break the peeling. Then she would toss it over his shoulder, and upon its landing, it would form a letter Supposedly the first letter of her future husband's name.
I think I've heard of that one before. I
Really?
don't know where the fuck I've heard that. I think I have heard of that one.
Is that like a
Yeah.
Commonwealth country tradition then?
I don't know, actually. Like, I don't know anyone that's actually done that, but I've heard of it.
I've
Like,
heard of so many.
I
I've
just
heard
don't
of so many. husband. Like things right there. It's like so many of them are different. But yeah, this is the first for me right here. Hearing this one.
Have you ever heard of the one with the candle wax?
Only from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Until I saw
think-
that happen in that episode, that said, drop a candle wax into some cold water and it'll form an object that'll tell you what your husband's occupation's going to be. Was that it?
I think it is, yeah.
What?
I think the main ones I heard about the whole egg thing, man. We reached about the Salem witch trial, like where you basically put an egg in like some water, and this, like, if you look into it, it'll show you like an image of your future husband. And the one where it's like if you have a mirror and you lean back, this is back when they had like wells and things like that. Like, if you lean back and you look, if you point it down into the well, it'll show you an actual image of what or who you're gonna marry the next time.
Yeah.
God
A
damn.
lot of ones to do with reflections.
I don't know. The wedding ones that seem to be much more common seem much more simple and good. Like throwing the bouquet over your shoulder. Oh, hey, Milkman Dan launched up the lady dropping the sexy dress on the ground, which I appreciate. I haven't seen that one in a while. Milkman Dan, thank you very much for the tip. He says, my search for Tucker Carlson in order of results. Hannity, Tucker, E.T. Canada ×2, Vox, CNN, The View, Colbert, CNN, Vox.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
at least authentic Tucker and Hannity being Fox News as well came up. Jesus. Double Vox, double CNN, E.T. Canada ×2? What is that? Huh.
E.T. Canada.
Yeah.
That's Entertainment Tonight.
Oh, Entertainment Tonight. Right. Okay. Right.
Right, they exist.
Yeah, they're still around.
Okay, let's see what other Victorian hazelnuts. Now, I love hazelnuts. How are these involved in Victorian traditions? I bet you didn't know that this favorite among nuts was used for something other than taking your chocolate cake to the next level. I'm here to change that. Young unmarried women would... Why... If this has to do with their future husbands... Young unmarried women would put two hazelnuts side by side and imagine their future husbands' tiny balls. Okay. It actually says, we put two hazelnuts side by side in the fire, giving their name to one of the nuts and naming the other after the person they wish to wed. If the two nuts jumped apart while in the fire, then those two people were not meant to ever be together. However, if the nuts remained in place side by side, then a wedding was in the horizon.
That sounds more like a voodoo.
I think these might all be like young women, husbands.
Yeah,
Yes, I think that might be.
Were young
the next
maids
one.
during the Victorian era particularly focused on weddings during Halloween? I don't understand.
Probably all times of the year, but Halloween probably is just like, oh look, we're superstitious as fuck, and Halloween is when, like, you know, all the spooky shit comes out.
Yeah. And the next one is
That's
on
probably
the
why.
yeah, fair enough. It's all the spooky shit. So let's do some weird quasi magic at the time.
I mean, they're very fucking superstitious.
Another way to find out
Wildly
one's
so.
future husband. Yes, a lot of these were driven by the desire for happily ever after. Was using a mirror. Women would
Oh,
stand.
the mirror.
Hey,
Yeah. Women would stand in front of a mirror in a darkened room on All Hallows Eve and stare into the glass. If the face of a man appeared, then that was the man they would marry. If no face appeared, that meant the women were to die unmarried.
Is this where Bloody Mary came up?
Look at this. 1904 greeting card for evidence. On Halloween, look in the glass. Your future husband's face will pass. Look at the witch shadow in the background. See this bitch?
Yeah.
Look at this bitch. She's a witch. You can see in the shadow. Look at that.
This is a creepypasta just waiting to be made.
Holy shit. Okay, jack-o'-lanterns. How do you find your future husband in a pumpkin? Let's
Come on. Tell me.
Have you ever heard the story of how this Halloween staple got its name? According to Irish legend, Stingy Jack invited the devil to have a drink with him. True to his name, Stingy Jack didn't. I haven't. This is new to me.
Well, continue.
Stingy Jack really wanted to marry, and so he looked. Kidding. True to his name, Stingy Jack didn't want to pay for the drink, so he convinced the devil to turn himself into a coin that Jack could use to buy the drinks. Once the devil did so, Jack decided to keep the money and put it in his pocket next to a silver cross, which prevented the devil from changing back to his original form. Jack eventually freed the devil under the condition that he would not bother Jack for 1 year, and that, Jack should die, he would not claim his soul. That next year, this is really complicated. That next year, Jack again tricked the devil into climbing into a tree to pick a piece of fruit. While he was up in the tree, Jack carved a sign of the cross into the tree's bark so that the devil could not come down until the devil promised Jack not to bother him for 10 more years. Okay, so the devil's real stupid. Is that what I'm just...
Yeah,
I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, Stingy Jack is just smarter than fucking Satan, apparently.
When Jack finally died, God would not allow such a man into heaven. Well, the devil, bound by his promise, would not claim Jack's soul. Couldn't take him to hell either. So he sent Jack off into the dark night with only
He sent Jack off?
Yeah, he sent Jack off into the dark night to jack off, only with a burning coal to light his way. Jack put the coal into a carved out turnip and has been roaming the earth ever since.
So the jack-o'-lanterns are basically Jack's soul.
Pretty much.
Crazy.
Yeah. Dude stuck in Halloween limbo.
I'm not gonna lie. I like this little jack-o'-lantern down here. See this one?
Wait, which one?
The one on the far bottom right. I
see.
I like the super surprised face instead of the Halloween-y typical laughing, cackling face.
Yeah.
That's good. Or the sad one over to the far left. That's what I should do.
Oh, he's just...
I should carve the most depressing jack-o'-lantern ever and put it out on my porch. I'd be like, go away, children. I'm too lonely to see that which I'll never have for myself.
And you got the one on the top left that looks like it's a purge pumpkin.
Oh, yeah. That's... You can't make pumpkins scary, but you can disturb children by making them so sad that they wonder who's the poor soul who carved this thing.
Here's Polly. He's just gonna make old kids depressed with the fucking sad jack-o'-lantern.
So, before we get into the... Because I wanted to... Far and I love making fun of... scamster witches and people with their bullshit neo-paganism and just...
Yes.
It's a source of entertainment for us. We like making fun of these people.
It really fucking is.
And it's Halloween, when they all claim to have extra superpowers. So, I looked up...
Only Halloween.
Yeah, right? If you guys haven't seen Carolyn Consnar's video for Lonely Halloween, you should look it up. It's hilarious. Speaking, yeah, see, I can carve a little Lonely Halloween pumpkin. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So I looked up a bunch of stories related to witches and spooky things and neo-pagans and all of their fuckeries and things of the like. But I accidentally came across this one story that was unrelated to anything else, but I wanted to talk about it before. The island of Hawaii. I don't know how to pronounce it. Niahau?
I don't fucking know.
Okay, so it's
Nihao?
It's the 7th largest island of the
Nihao? I don't know.
Nihao. Let's go with Nihao.
Yeah, Nihao?
Yeah. It's the 7th largest island. of the
Isn't that how you say hi in Japan, Chinese or something?
Yeah.
knee high is how you say hi.
Yeah.
Okay. It's privately owned and has been since 1864, including the natives.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, the natives.
They
Is that legal?
well the family who owns it refuses. Their thing is they don't want anybody fucking with it. They want it to stay in the same condition that it was in 1864. So they don't allow anybody to come onto the island. In recent times, they've allowed. I was just reading about it. It's fascinating that this huge island with all of this stuff, like it's Hawaii, right? You think it'd be all like beaches and resorts or developments or whatever the hell, or just other people would live there from the other Hawaiian islands. Nope, because one family's owned it since 1864, and they bought it for $10,000 in gold from the then Kingdom of Hawaii that I didn't know was a thing. So it's passed ownership on. It was originally bought by Elizabeth Sinclair for the 10 grand in gold at the time, and it's passed through her family, the Robinsons. During World War II, there was a plane that was downed, and during the attack on Pearl Harbor, the Japanese pilot was downed, and the Japanese descendants on the island took care of him. It's got that little piece of history to it. Just on the Wikipedia page, you can read about the island known as the Forbidden Island is off limits to all but the Robinson family, their relatives, U.S. Navy personnel, government official, and certain invited guests. From 1987 onwards, the limited number of supervised activity tours and hunting safaris have been open to tourists, but it's under extremely strict supervision. It's just, I just find it fascinating that this island has been stuck in this state, like purposefully, intentionally. Now they are American citizens, the natives who live there, right? So I was curious, how have they been voting? Because they do.
I wonder.
That's where you go first.
Well,
how are they voting?
Well, yeah, because it's like they're not really in deep contact. I was just curious. I was like, they are, because the thought occurs. It's like these are natives, like native Polynesians that Captain Cook would have encountered. These are just natives to the island that have lived there and don't really leave, because why would they? It's their native island, right? And it's been the same forever. But they do vote in American elections. Here's the way they voted. Okay. In 2004, George W. Bush received all but one of the 40 votes cast on the island.
Oh, they must have been very popular.
The remaining vote was...
Do you think they said anything?
Say what?
Think they said anything about how they voted?
What do you mean
that
said
one
anything?
Person?
Oh, the one person who voted for the Green Party nominee? Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, but do you think they said anything, or do you think they kept that shit to their grave?
Probably. In 2008, the island's precinct was one of only 3 of Hawaii's 538 precincts to vote for John McCain over Barack Obama. McCain received 35 votes. Obama received only 4. In the 2016 presidential elections, 34 votes were cast for president, of which 20 were for Donald Trump and 10 for Hillary Clinton. There's only 170 people living on the island, in case you were curious. Like, how many natives are we actually talking about here? 170 people. The island has an economy. 80% of the economy of this island is from the U.S. Navy that rents a very tall mountaintop, which they have. You can see the helicopter right here. That's it. 80% of the money that they get is from the U.S. Navy for the lease of that small mountaintop that they use for a sensor station and a landing port. Why not be able to own an island? Like, if you could own large tracts of land in the middle of Ohio or wherever the fuck, farm country, if you know what I mean, like Idaho or whatever.
I get it.
You know, why couldn't you own an island? You're just owning a large tract of land. But somehow it seems different, right? It seems like a cast back to I don't know, the time when, knights controlled the whole Isle of Malta.
It it always seems like, you know, oh, I've got my own private island. Like, there's a difference between owning land and owning an island.
There is.
Like, in a really strange sense.
Yeah. You know who the largest independent. Yeah. You know who the largest independent landowner of the Hawaiian Islands is? Like, owns the most land of the most value.
Oprah?
Yeah, Oprah.
You say what?
Oprah Winfrey. Which is why I was so disgusted 3 weeks ago when I found out that she was promoting on her book club a book that was talking about how America runs a successfully racist caste system, and no matter how... listening to Oprah billionaire Winfrey, the largest landowner in Hawaii, talk about how oppressed she is because no matter how... Her words... No matter how poor you are, you still have your whiteness.
And that's why I be saying that people who's listening to people like Oprah Winfrey, Michelle Obama, and all them right there are stupid. How you gonna listen to the richest black person in the world tell you how poor they are? Like,
I mean, I think the phrase victim narrative gets thrown around a lot, but when you are as influential, powerful, and wealthy as Oprah Winfrey, and you are still holding to a victim narrative, there's something really wrong in your worldview.
That or they know, like, they know people out there are suckers and just buy whatever they sell, which is basically what she was doing. She was trying to sell that damn book, which I'm pretty sure she did.
Oh, absolutely. Anything Oprah recommends is going to be huge because of her influence. I mean, nobody knew who Barack Obama was outside of Illinois prior to her having him on her show and promoting the hell out of him. She was a crucial kickstart to his presidential campaign. That's the kind of influence Oprah Winfrey wields. And yet she would still publicly promote a victim narrative like that. It blows my mind.
There's money to be made.
I guess so. I mean, it's not like victim narratives can't be profitable. Fair enough. But I don't know. There's a really depressing edge to it. To me, to hear someone talking like that. It just... Anyway. You guys want a game? Let's game.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Before we go on to some witches and shit, we're gonna play Two Truths and a Lie. Some brand new ones that I wrote up. And I have pictures for this edition of Two Truths and a Lie.
Oh, you have pictures?
Yeah. Single, well, not pictures in the way that you have pictures, just single frame pictures for chat to look at while we're doing it.
Oh, okay.
All right. So,
Okay.
as you guys may know, I've been binge watching 24.
Yes. Yes, I am very aware.
So we have questions related to the last 2 episodes of 24 that I watched. There's our man.
Okay.
There's Jack Bauer.
I ain't seen 24 in a while, so I'll probably be guessing it.
But you're supposed to. It's not trivia. It's just which sounds like it's false. I was talking about that with Weebo. She's like, I asked her like a Star Trek one over on Cocktail Hour many hours ago. And she's like, yeah, but I don't know Star Trek. I'm like, that's the point. Otherwise, we'd be playing trivia. The idea is like 2 truths and a lie. You're not really supposed to know, if you know what I mean. Let your gut be the guide.
Oh.
Okay. So, in the last episode of 24 that I watched, which was earlier today, late this afternoon, which of the following things didn't happen? So 2 of these things actually happened. One of them did not. Number 1, Jack Bauer stole a government helicopter to evade a presidential order. Number 2, Jack Bauer had sex with a woman just before she was shot dead by a sniper. Number 3, Jack Bauer kidnapped a terrorist suspect and violently interrogated him while driving. Two happened, one did not. Those all sound believable.
Yeah, they all.
I mean, like, not believable as in, like, wow, I can totally see that happening in the real. No, as in, like, I can totally see that happening in fucking 24.
Okay,
Look at that grizzled face. What is that man capable of?
I'm gonna go with I'm saying he had sex with a woman before she got shot by a sniper. That's the false.
That's the false one. Okay, so that's number 2. And so give Chad a little bit more time to put in their answers. Again, number 1 far is Jack Bauer stole a government helicopter to evade a presidential order. Number 2, Jack Bauer had sex with a woman just before she was shot dead by a sniper. And number 3, Jack Bauer kidnapped a terrorist suspect and violently interrogated him while driving. Shady Grin says it's number 6.
There was no option 6, Shady, but good choice anyway, I guess.
Because I can see 1 and 3, being together in the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Evolved Potato thinks it's number 1 that's false, that he stole the government helicopter to evade.
I'm gonna have to go with that. The sex one. Just please. Is that can't be real.
Number 1 Nowhere guesses number 3, and number 1 Nowhere is right. It is number 3. Jack Bauer kidnapped a terrorist suspect and violently interrogated him while driving. I made that up. He did not do that.
Well, dang, that would have been a good episode because I could actually see him doing that.
Because I thought of it because you got to make it sound real, right? I've watched a lot of 24, especially recently. So I'm like, where hasn't Jack interrogated someone? I'm like, while driving a car. Like it's.
Well, shit, you should write the 24.
Because I can just see him like holding the gun and just going, I'm saying, at like 80 miles per hour. Like, who's trying to assassinate the president? I don't know. The wrong answer.
Wrong answer.
You crazy American.
Well, so here's the thing. Michael Hatfield agreed with you, Far, that the sex with a woman right before she was shot dead by a sniper. No, unfortunately, that did happen. And do you want the spoilers on who it was?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sadly, it was Special Agent Cutie Pie.
Oh.
Special Agent Renee Walker of the FBI. Actually, former Special Agent Renee Walker of the FBI, who I've come to know as Special Agent Tactical Uwu Cutie Pie. Anyway, so there.
Such a shame.
Yeah, such a shame. Oh no, I'm out of vodka of all potatoes as well. It's. All right, here's our next question. We only have 2 24 ones. Here's the second one. Okay, and we got another picture for it too, of Jack conducting an interrogation. Okay. Which of the following did not happen in the second to last episode of 24 I watched, which also was earlier today? Number 1, while interrogating a female suspect, Jack Bauer bounced her head off the table before punching her in the face multiple times. Number 2, a Secret Service guard was revealed to be a double agent terrorist when he was caught in the middle of murdering the Secretary of State. Or number 3, a Middle Eastern leader was kidnapped and executed on the internet by terrorists. Which didn't happen.
I'm gonna go with number 1 because it's like, with today's television and things like that, like I was saying, Kiefer Sutherland bouncing the female's head and knocking the fuck out of her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
When is the last time we've seen that happen?
I don't think they're going to know how to even show that.
They're not going to show a Middle Eastern leader kidnapped and executed on the internet. Okay.
Well, it's also how I think of that.
Michael Hatfield agrees with Pat. Number 1, interrogating a female suspect, Jack Bauer bounced her head off the table before punching her in the face multiple times. And the second version of number 1 Nowhere, because we have 2 of them in chat, guesses number 2, Secret Service guard revealed to be a terrorist when he was caught in the middle of murdering the Secretary of State. And Gilcotto guessed number 2. And number 2 is the false one. The Secret Service guard. No, Jack Bauer in the second to last episode I watched really did bounce the female subject head off the table and then punched her in the face repeatedly.
He did?
Yes, he did.
Oh, well, you gotta send me that episode. I gotta see that. Like, hold on, they allowed this?
Yes, they did, because this was pre-woke, Pat.
Oh.
Well,
this is for the pre-woke era. I'm like, hold on, how did this get there?
Right. See, well, 24, I will give it its credit. It's good for you know, with like the scene is earned, if you know what I mean, where something will happen and it's supposed to be big and dramatic. It's like, you didn't earn that. Like, you know what I mean? She really had it fucking coming. This is the woman who set up Agent Walker to be shot dead. So Jack was going in there with, he was going to get his fucking answers. You know what I mean? He wasn't, he didn't care it was a woman. This was a you know, pay for hire mercenary who had worked with foreign terrorists and ended up getting his partner, comrade, and now lover shot dead before him. So yeah, he was mad. And, you know, Jack Bauer don't give a fuck, right? That's, there it is. Yeah, and Cynic is right. Jack is all about equality. You know,
Well, everyone gets beaten up.
Yeah.
You know? Equal rights here.
Thank you, Evolved Potato, for posting the link. If you would like to check out Far's merch shop or tip your bartender, it would be greatly appreciated. Okay, we are now moving on to, because we did a little Star Trek earlier on. And one thing that I've noticed about Star Trek Next Generation is there's one character who's so incompetent and so villainous, but is never described that way. He always gets a pass. Nobody ever thinks about him this way. Commander William T. Riker. This man, the second in command of the USS Enterprise D, and then E.
I feel like this would have way more of a punch to it if I actually had any idea of what the fuck this was.
They always portray this guy like he's a fucking Boy Scout, Far. Okay? But in reality, he's done some really shifty and stupid fucking things in his career. Okay? Now, I've noticed this, but no one else has seemed to. So which of the following things is false about Commander Riker? Two of them he actually did do. One of them he did not. Which one is it? Number one. Commander Riker once claimed he was merely going to detain a suspect, but actually set his phaser on kill and disintegrated him out of revenge. Number two.
Whoa, sounding strong here. What the fuck?
Yeah. Number two. Commander Riker once addicted the whole crew of the Enterprise with an addictive computer game that he got from a prostitute on a pleasure planet. Number three. Commander Riker. Number three. Commander Riker once betrayed Captain Picard by conspiring with an admiral to develop a highly illegal military technology.
This is like what? Which one he didn't do?
Yeah, which one did he not actually do? Which one did I make up?
Wow.
Look at that beaming, smiling Boy Scout face. Which one of these things did this undercover scumbag actually not do?
I'm gonna go with number three because I can see him doing one or two.
You can see him evaporating somebody out of revenge.
Yeah.
And you can see him addicting the entire crew to an addictive computer game he got from a pleasure planet.
Calling it Rikers Island. I can see those two right there.
But number three, conspiring to betray Captain Picard with an admiral to develop a highly illegal military technology. You can't see that. Okay. Far?
I kind of want to go with number two, just because it's like I don't know.
Fair enough. I mean, just how awful is this guy, huh? You know, it's
man, that last one though sounds really tempting to go with.
What do you think? What's your gut telling you?
Number two.
Number two. No, number two actually happened.
Are you?
No, I'm not. Number one is the one I made up of him evaporating somebody with a phaser out of revenge.
Oh,
deliberately.
So So while the guy, yeah, okay, he didn't do that, but he still did the last two. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes. Number 3, he betrayed Captain Picard by conspiring with an admiral to develop a highly illegal military technology. Yes, he did. He conspired with his former commanding officer to break the Treaty of Algeron to develop cloaking technology, which is illegal, and the Federation promised they would not do that. But Riker did so. He eventually came clean, but nonetheless, he engaged in the conspiracy to do so and was well aware that it was going on. For years, covered it up. And number 2, Gil Cotto gets pretty technical with it, and I understand what you're saying. She wasn't a prostitute. She was an evil space military leader. She prostituted herself, bro. She fucked. They were hanging out in a bed after they had fucked on Rise of the Pleasure Planet. She prostituted herself. I mean, these people aren't Trek fans necessarily. I gotta, hey. But yes, he did. She gave him an addictive computer game, which he then brought onto the Enterprise, and everybody else became addicted to the computer game as well.
Oh, shuggy.
So like I said, you decide. Criminally incompetent or undercover evil? Your decision.
God.
Okay, last one. And, it's just, we could do 24.
That pre-war gas whooping, man. Like, 24 had like, what, 9 seasons?
8 plus 1 sort of thing. Like they did a half season, 24 Live Another Day, that was only like 12 episodes.
Uh-huh. Oh, I found it. Well, damn, you gotta buy it.
So did we want to do the wiki game?
Oh yeah. So do you want to do some Halloween stories, or do you want to move on to the what would you call that game, Far?
Name that WikiHow.
Name that WikiHow. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do Name That Wiki.
Yeah. Hey.
There it is. There's the first picture. Let's zoom in on this. So what are our options for this strangely hand man?
Man,
all right. So
this looks like straight indoctrinating. How to get them woke.
So the options A, how to explain communism to your friends. B, how to help fight period poverty. Or C, how to hypnotize an entire audience.
Hold on, what was B again?
How to help fight period poverty.
What the hell's period?
What the hell is period?
Which do you think this picture is from?
You know what? Indoctrination, yes, it does look like that. So the how to tell your friends, convince your friends about communism. I'm going with A.
Yeah.
You want to explain communism to your friends?
Yes, how to explain communism to your friends. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going with A, man, because if they were going to do B, man, I think the dude would be a female.
All right, so we got chat saying Gokado says B, Brian Wilson says B. Anyone else?
Cynic has been shooting in about a decade. Do you want to shoot that guy who's like oddly hand? People can't draw hands on WikiHow. God damn it. Every picture's like that. He looks like he's missing half of his fucking pointer finger on his left hand.
Yeah, I get a lot of that is probably because they're tracing it.
Yeah.
Which is where a lot of the oddities come from with WikiHow images. They do trace them from stock images. So things like foreshortening, where like a competent artist would probably be able to do that. Okay. Make it look convincing at that angle. WikiHow artists, not so much. just because you can't quite get that same result when you're just tracing and not understanding what you're doing.
Mhm.
Vol Potato says C, Michael Hatfield says B, Shady A, Mookman Dan, D is not an option. There is no D.
There is no D.
So,
There is no D. So you want to know? You want to know?
Yes.
It's B, how to help fight period poverty.
Okay, what the fuck is that?
From what I gathered, it was like, I honestly, I'm still not quite sure, but I think it's sort of like education on periods.
Education on
Or
periods.
something.
So why they gotta do it? Explain it. Unless, wait a minute.
I don't know.
It could be a trans man that says.
Yeah.
Like,
Not
yeah,
not all
true,
women have
but, like,
vaginas, bigot. Jesus. So Kato got it right. Oh no, wait a minute. No, he didn't. Never mind. Shit.
Like I went through the article, right? Because I found it and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Right? Because even I was confused. And like, all I could really gather that it's something to do with educating people about periods and like.
I agree with Shady, by the way. He does look like the actor who played Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2. He does. Yeah.
But like the other half of it, I think it's like providing period products to those who can't afford it. Like it was very fucking weird.
the fact that you need like this level of education right here, other than your mom telling you like like what a period is and how you gotta use pads and tampons and things like that. Like, why do you need a whole entire class of like, okay, this is how you handle your period? And
I mean, honestly, some people probably need that. Just saying, because not everyone's moms do that. But
So here we are.
yeah,
We got number 7.
number 7, guys. I'm always tempted to just like throw away the titles I have here and just be like, hey, what do you guys think this could be? But
like, yo, man, what you looking at?
Yeah.
give it your fucking title. Disney Vacation it. But no, let's be an entirely different game. So the options are A, how to not be awkward in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
B, how to covertly stare at another man's penis while using the restroom.
Okay.
Or C, how to avoid germs in public restrooms during the COVID pandemic.
Because I'm looking at this right here. That's exactly what it looks like up there. Because I'm seeing on the boy on my left, at least, I'm saying, kind of leaning over to the other side. Like,
Yeah, he is.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He's
like, man,
he's
you
angling.
Trying to check out my junk.
I made the comment to him because I didn't work on these alone. I sent this half to my girlfriend Platty, right, to help me get some of these titles right. And I did make the comment to her as well of the guy on the left. I know like that's probably supposed to be his chin, but it totally looks like it's his nose, and he's like got his head like fully tilted, looking at the other guy.
Hey, what you working with?
But right. But like I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be his chin and his ear. It's just really shittily done.
Yeah, so if you could reread them really quick, Vol Potato has already forgotten them.
Okay, so A, how to not be awkward in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
B, how to covertly stare at another man's penis while using the restroom.
Mm-hmm.
Or C, how to avoid germs in public restrooms during the COVID pandemic.
I'm gonna go with A.
No, I say because B looks just sounds a little too, like on the top right there with this picture right here.
Right.
But I'm not sure.
And 3 feet isn't enough social distance.
No, that's not enough social distancing right there. So yeah, it's like Man, you know what? I'm just gonna go with my gut right here because this. I'm just looking at this dude just stir. I'm going with B. So it's like, because he just creeping over a little too hard, man. Like,
And there are some
They're probably
strange
doing
things
the
on
A,
WikiHow.
that's going with B.
Yeah.
All right. In chat we have C, 2, B, C, B. A lot of B's. All right. So the answer is C.
Is it?
House germs in public restrooms during the COVID pandemic. Yeah.
But that's not
This
enough social
was,
distancing.
that's not enough. Exactly. That's half of it.
Is it A, standing 3 feet apart at the urinal? But no, the only reason I even found this one though was because I was looking at the front page of WikiHow. Because yeah, there's a front page and they have like the things where like, hey, you should totally read these, and just about everything these days is about COVID.
Sure.
Because of course it fucking is. Like that website at the moment is legit so many COVID WikiHows. It's a little fucking ridiculous.
To the point where they get
Like-
things obviously wrong, like this.
Yeah, and this one just kind of caught my eye because it's like, why are you using a public restroom during a pandemic? Like, I mean, I know some places like the state that I live in are opening up and it's, life as usual, but like other places, which I think this is more what this is for. Like, okay, why was this made? All right. And the more I'm looking through it, it's like weird fucking images. This was just the most bizarre, but there was some in there where it's like I was tempted to use those. Like there's one where it's like a woman, obviously a woman's shoe, and she's using her foot to flush the toilet. Like weird fucking shit.
Oh, come on now, that's
Like really fucking bizarre shit. Like, oh my god.
Hey, don't use your foot well. I'm saying that. Well, shit, grab a paper towel and and just don't put
I mean,
your
it's not
crusty
as
ass
I've
foot on
seen
the.
it done before. It's like I've seen people do that as like a joke, on ads of like, ooh, it's so germophobic and things like that, Like never have I seen that. Seen someone use that kind of technique, I guess you could call it.
Oh, shuck it.
Yeah. Number 8.
Yeah, number 8. All right, guys.
So how was it,
Is
baby?
it right? Was it good for you too?
Yeah, she look like she got that.
Like, yeah, it could have been better, I mean, so. So is it A, how to have sex after a vasectomy? B, how to compensate for a small penis?
Oh God.
Okay. With a lot of pillow talk, apparently. Okay. I just.
So I've kind of forgotten some of these. That just. Or C, how to talk to your partner after sex.
That one. Cause that's what it do. This look, I'm saying that picture right there just basically looks like, after you done did the deed and stuff like that, and you look like you feel like you done did a good job, so you just got the, like, hey, so how was it for you?
Yeah, he does look pleased with himself. He's
he done got here.
He does.
So was it good for you, baby?
I don't know. Is he pleased, or does he look like he's in the middle of saying, so you're going to call that Uber and get the fuck out, or what? I see your phone right over there. Got the Uber app. All right. I'm going to guess.
Sorry.
A is some specific. How to have sex with your partner after a vasectomy.
You tear it up because you ain't got to worry about knocking them off.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's what he's saying. Hey, remember I told you how I wanted to have kids and just Well, guess what? What's it?
Ruining her. Like, is that what it is?
My gut is telling me C because that seems like a classic WikiHow subject of how to talk to your partner after sex. That seems milquetoast enough for WikiHow. And sometimes
we just spelled cab in the chat, right?
The chat says cab.
So we know what Michael involved in number one thing. You're like, yeah, like, you know, I got mine, you should have got yours. Hell, call that cab and get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, I'm going
All
C.
right, so we have cab, TV. Okay, well, the answer is A, how to have sex after a vasectomy.
It is? What? The same fucking way. What the fuck?
Yeah, right?
That is the perfect picture for C, though, man.
It really is.
Because he just got that look on his face.
To be honest, like how to compensate for a small penis. Like, come on.
Gamer Valine,
That would also.
Like, she's like, so that sandwich isn't going to make itself.
And this is why we should probably do another one where it's just you make up the title yourselves. Come on,
man.
Come on. Right, some of these, like the possibilities are truly endless with some of these.
So one of them went full ooh anime face, huh? Number 9 here.
Number 9.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is it A? How to take responsibility for your actions. B. How to end a controlling or manipulative relationship. Or C. How to bully men to attain happiness.
I can see it being B or C equally. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
B is a classic WikiHow subject. But I'm gonna go C. How to bully men to obtain happiness. It strikes me as the kind of thing you would have clicked on to read.
What? Me? Never.
I mean, boy, because she has bouncing away, and dude just like, no, come back.
He looks bullied. She looks happy. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Like, yay, feminism, away.
We have a lot of C's, couple of B's. Okay, so it's B, how to end a controlling or manipulative relationship.
Really?
Okay, why would the dude be? I can understand why she'd be happy and flying away, but why would the dude be crying?
I can only guess it's like, no, my punching bag is gone.
Yeah, it's like this
Well,
is like feminist
Yeah,
revenge
that would-
fantasy at work here, right?
Mm.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jesus.
But yeah, that's what that is though. Like, just soak that in.
Like,
And
no,
soak that in.
that was some good.
Jesus, this one number 10 is odd.
Hey.
My favorite part is the apple. Like, look at that, how it's lining up with his mouth. Like,
Yeah.
the top lip is underneath the apple, bottom lip up top. Like, what?
And she doesn't even look like she's looking at him. It's like she's shoving the apple in his mouth, like, stop talking. Like, it.
Shut up.
Being like, yeah, take a good bite out of it because it's going to be the last thing you eat right there.
You know, like, they're filming it and she's, like, kind of looking at the camera like, yeah, I'm making him eat that apple.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. I just got through watching Snow White.
Little did he know this apple was fucking poison. Like, fuck.
Speaking of poison, of all potato says, if I ever get alcohol poisoning, I'm blaming you. Well, I didn't tell you to drink just because I happen to drink a lot. And here's to you.
That would be a trip right there. Like, she's feeding you an apple, and all of a sudden you look over the side and you see like a DVD case of Snow White open up.
Okay, so the options here, and this is the last one, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
The options here: A, how to get your wife to lose weight. B, how to live with a blind person. Or C, how to live life after prison.
What? I want it to be C, so I'm going with C. I don't know.
So how to live life after prison?
Yeah, because fresh fruit's now available, and
I'm gonna go with B because the dude does look like he's got like a little blind thing going on. Despite the fact that she feed him this poison apple. I don't know what happened, officer. He just fell out. Do I get the insurance?
Oh my God. Everyone is saying C except Yellow Devil.
it's just too
Everyone
tempting.
wants it.
Yeah, just the post-prison life is just too tempting. I fell for it, so that's C.
Okay, it's A, how to get your wife to lose weight.
What?
By eating the food? You eat it. That way it won't be tempting for me.
How?
Okay, so this is like the one image in the entire article where it didn't show like a guy with like a kind of obese wife, but like, just slightly overweight. The only one where it was like, here, honey, let me feed you the apple this time. Like, it was, I don't understand. But yeah, you could thank Platy for the how to live life after prison one though.
Well, where did she even come up with that? It doesn't even make sense.
I'm like, how the hell did they come up with this illustration of this is how you can get your wife to lose weight? Like just eat the food in front of her.
Like I said, a lot of the and I'll keep saying this because I find it fucking fascinating how they come up with these images, but a lot of the time, with WikiHow images, they're just trace stock images, and they will reuse some of these traced images, by the way, for other articles.
There are a lot of people in chat talking about apples up people's butts.
What the?
Oh god. Okay.
Like,
but
prison butt apples? I don't get it, guys.
Well, they have done a lot of. I've seen.
I don't think that was part of his thought process, but okay.
Damn, guys,
That's why I send these off to Platy though, because she just, man, like.
Yeah, that was convincing.
It calls herself like uncreative and shit like that, but no, she is the person I go to for fucking dumb WikiHow article titles, because for some reason she could just come up with them on the fly. It's really entertaining, actually.
Because I never would have imagined that right there. Like,
no, I wouldn't have either. That's the funny thing.
So, the Functional says, "Don't judge us, Polly. I've seen what you do. I have never shoved anything up my butt, man. So no, I don't know who you were watching, but it wasn't me. So yeah, Jesus."
And I don't know who's doing the butt apples besides porn stars. God.
Oh, God.
So I've been reading over on the blackwitchcoven.com website, and there are a wide variety of spells for remarkably inexpensive prices. I mean, look at this.
Oh, these are inexpensive?
They're selling spells?
Yes, they will cast them for you.
Oh, God.
What?
Wait, what's the one with the dude in the sand?
Well, it's funny you ask. That is the demonic magic Lucifer.
That kind of looks like, you know that meme where it's like the guy on the beach, like with the sand, and it's got like the superimposed faces of him like crying and shit.
Okay.
Have you ever seen that? That's what it reminds me of.
Damn, 240.
Of this.
Yeah, $240, and for $240,
You can feel paid $240.
they will cast a demonic magic spell to Lucifer or Satan. You will receive a report upon completion of the spell. Black Witch Coven does not do instant spell casting. It is a process that they take very seriously. Now, would you like to add this to your wish list, or write to the cart and purchase immediately?
I mean, also, isn't Lucifer and Satan the same person, or am I completely off base with that?
You know what? Like if you're all into like demonology, it's like, oh no, they're different because different pagan traditions.
I mean, I was kind of under the
yeah.
impression that they were kind of the same thing, just different names.
I hear you.
Get off that add to cart.
Fucking do it. Come on, let's contact Satan, baby. Need to ask him that age-old question: am I Satan yet? Come on.
They got any love spells in here? I want to make
Well, see,
myself irresistible.
Gilcado asks the critical question: what the hell does the spell do? Right?
It's someone's.
What the fuck do any of these do? That's why I clicked on the Lucifer one, because it's like, you see this one here. I like this one. Demonic magic spell for singing or musical success. It's only $250.
I mean, at least that explains something.
Yeah,
I could actually
That
see that
explains
one. I could actually see that one happening.
yeah. There's a nice
Like,
one here for
what
gambling success.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just I don't understand. Summon, like, what? So you summon the demon, then what? Like, are you giving them instructions and like, yo, dude, I want to ask you some questions, like, or is it like you're making a contract on behalf of the pet? Like, what the fuck does it do?
Yeah. No, notice how they're charging the big $340 for the revenge spell. Yeah, they know that's the popular one.
Mm.
Oh shit.
And I'm not intimately familiar with the symbolism involved in this particular guy, but that is the biohazard symbol. But apparently it's also for court and legal works.
Okay.
I just can't get over the fact they got a wish list in the add to cart function. That just makes my day. It really does.
All right, admit it, Polly. You hacked Nancy Pelosi's computer, didn't you? This is some Pelosi shit right here.
And, you got this guy, and he's in the sand, and it's like, what's up with that picture, right? I hear you.
It really does look like that meme.
Because
Just saying, like,
I came across,
on.
like, I haven't looked up that picture to see if it's a stock image, but I have the strong suspicion it's a stock image, because when I found this course,
Pat is absolutely a fucking stock image.
it totally is. I went to Tin Eye and looked it up. Yep, it's a stock image for the online course of Learn Hoodoo for Hate, Take Revenge on Your Enemies.
Oh my
Yikes.
God. It's not voodoo, guys. It's hoodoo. Come
Yes.
on.
Yeah,
Totally different.
It's the real deal hoodoo. So, this, here it is, the at hoodoowitch.net.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
On here, I'm having. There we go. There. Cutting the edge of it off. Okay. So we this is just the overview for the course. 66 people lined up for the I love this so much. It's like home courses, revenge, hoodoo for hate course.
Dude, those are the three things I really want out of my teaching institutions: a home, a course,
Man.
some revenge. You know, it works.
And they
66 students.
Yeah, and 66 students signed up, and they also have a cart. I love that they do. And there's
Like, how much is this?
let's see. Does it actually?
Like, how much did these 66 people pay
$47.
for this fucking course?
It was $47.
$47. Oh my god. Well, at least it's not like summoning fucking Satan, where it's over 200.
And
Fucking
let
hell.
it be known, chat, none of the money you tip your bartender will be going towards revenge courses to be able to do who do which hate things. It's none.
No, it's all.
So, in reading it, you don't have to explain to me why you need to cause harm to another. Fair to say that if you're here looking at this course, then someone or something has pissed you off. Wait a minute. I read a line in there. It says, something or someone has pissed you off, and you need to equal the balance. This course will show you how to equal the balance using hoodoo witchcraft style work of work. Yeah, they're having a problem.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're having a problem with language. So, as you can see, the course outline is very well organized. Week 1 teaches you the best tools for hate work. That's very.
Lovely. I would love to know the best tools for that. Really.
Really?
Please.
Yeah.
Please,
If you'll notice in week 6, the feces work finally comes up.
Oh, what? Okay, that was real fucking quick. What?
Well, no, hold on. It's not quick. They don't jump into it right away. Week 6, okay? Like,
No, I mean, like, you're just reading shit off. Like, okay, yeah, it's funny, you know, hate, like, best tools for hate work, and suddenly fucking feces. Like, what the fuck?
yeah, and only in week 9 do they finally get into the voodoo dolls and finally the coffin nails. Of All Potatoes says, what if we want our money to be going to Voodoo Revenge? Well, you could go and buy the course. See, there's the button right there, man. And you can, I don't know, gift card it to me? Don't gift card it to me. I'm kidding.
No.
And what I did find interesting is that when you scroll down, it's like, how do I start the course? I've already enrolled for this. Please reply. I've been waiting to get an answer for the past 3 days. You want to be careful. Don't get snippy with the people that know revenge hate spells.
Right? Fucking right.
And everyone's statements seem the same. They're all complaints about what the fuck. Hi there, where do I get the source book? I can't seem to find the course materials. How do I start the course? Hi, I've bought the course. How do I access this?
6 people have been fucking scammed. Well done, guys.
Oh god.
And 5 thoughts on hoodoo for hate course. I love that line so much. Yeah, let's hear the thoughts on it.
That is, oh god.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to do last call, final call. So everybody get your drink orders in, or take your final drinks, and I will too. But before we do go, I was looking over recipes for oils and incense on the Black Witch Coven website, because it's like, oh, free recipes. I'm curious, what would you like me to be using and for what? Well, there are a lot of good oils here.
Free.
What was that?
Also, just what are they giving away for free? Like, why won't they sell this to you?
Well, yeah. They have anointing oils, love incense, protection oils, Sabbat, and really Sabbat and solstice incense oil recipes. I don't think Jews need to come to the Black Witch Coven to find out how to make Sabbat oils. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But the recipes are interesting in that they're just, weird to begin with. But Athena oil, this olive oil, or this olive is sacred to Athena. So use pure olive oil as an anointing, and in particular, rub between the palms of your hands to anoint your feet, forehead, and lips.
What?
Okay, so the ingredients are 1 ounce
Read
of
me.
cedar wood chips, half of a camphor, 7 drops of musk oil, and female sweat as much as possible.
Females.
Yeah, like, this is all like okay, like kind of strange, but normal enough until female sweat.
As much as you can possibly get.
Sorry, what? Like, what? Are you just like going up to women at the gym, like with a bottle or something, just like, hey, can I have your sweat?
Yeah, let me collect that sweat right there.
Yeah, it all have to come from the same woman.
Well, yeah, they did.
Is-
Well, they
what
did specify. It could be from any woman, I think. The admiration oil. I love the particular instructions. It's like to make your oil that will help attract the attention of others. Mix together 20 drops of synthetic musk, 2 drops of jasmine, and 1 drop of yang yang in a small bottle, and leave where the full moonlight can strike it for 3 nights.
Oh, that's good water.
Yes. Be sure to bring it inside before the sun can find it. Meanwhile, leave a rose petal, a small piece of crystal quartz, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of powdered cinnamon in a place where the sun can see them. Make sure to move them before the moonlight can strike them on the 4th day. Mix together the 2 sets of ingredients and leave them in a dark place. Wear when you wish to draw love and admiration to yourself. It would also enable your employers to see what they love about your work for them.
But it says 3 nights in a row.
Yes.
How do they know the moon is gonna? It could be cloudy at night.
Yeah, that you got a point. I was thinking more like lunar cycles, but yeah. Yeah, could absolutely be fucking cloudy. Like, what happens then? Like, do you just start all over again, or is it just like, well, I guess I'm doing this for an extra day?
Like I'm saying, yes, sitting out there at night, like, come on, moon.
And we've had a lot of fun making, watching videos about people trying to sell their essential oils. You know, the multi-level marketing pyramid schemes where people are selling essential oils on Facebook and Instagram and such.
Yeah, look, this oil can totally cure your autism, Jimmy.
Yeah, and all of the claims around it. And the one thing that I've said to Far repeatedly is like, what the fuck are these things supposed to be for? Like, they're not food grade. Like, they're not like cinnamon oil or mint oil or whatever.
And people don't dump this shit in their food.
Yeah, shockingly they do, but they're not meant to be consumed. So I'm like, so what the hell are they for? Are they for like those little oil scent producers or whatever? Apparently, they're for divination and evil witchcraft, because all of these things, look, it's like 1 part myrrh resin, 1 part like they ask for like cinnamon essential oil, myrrh essential oil, gal essential oil. That's what these people are doing with this witchcraft.
Yeah, they're fucking witches.
Yes,
The hotspots are fucking witches. Holy shit.
yeah. So like, if you go through this, you know, if you want to go over to blackwitchcoven.com, there's just a fuck ton of oils here for all of your witchy purposes. Oh, look, one for communications with astral animals.
Oh. Sweet. I love astral animals. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And people wonder why I like making fun of these crew. It's like, well, I guess, you know, have a fun time. But,
Yeah.
you know what's funny? If you go into the demonology thing, you know, up here, and actually, thank you, Evolved Potato, for the tip. He says, for those who don't know, in Greek mythology, Athena created the olive oil. Athena, drop the A. Athena created the olive tree in a competition with Poseidon to get the town of what would be known as Athens, named after them. While Poseidon created a saltwater spring, Athena created the olive tree. Huh. So the town could have been known as like Poseidonalia? I didn't know that. I've never heard that myth before. That's interesting. So you see demonology. It's like working with demons on BWC. I mean.
Oh, I was about to say, dang. That sounds like a porn series.
Demons listed by skill and demonic possession, and they're all empty. When you click on them, all those links are empty.
Oh, wow.
Because what I thought would be hilarious is demons listed by skill, and it would be like, you know,
that would have been fantastic.
Like whatever, the demon wormwood and his skills are, whatever.
Yeah.
I wanted to read that. I thought that'd be hilarious. It would be like a poor man's Tobin Spirit Guide from Ghostbusters or something like that. And it's no, not at all. This is all blank. I think they had big plans and never bothered filling all the stuff in, which is a shame. Because, they cost me my comic.
Right? We don't get to laugh, and that is a tragedy.
Great for keeping on your personal altar for your magical workings. Guys, if you go into a woman's apartment and she's got like a magical altar and there's all sorts of like essential oils that have been bought from a...
Run.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking run.
Like they probably took that hoodoo revenge course for hate and shit. Like, you don't want to be around
And
them.
I don't care if that's your Aunt Karen. Fucking run.
Well, you ain't finna sacrifice me. Shit.
Oh, look at this one. Demon pacts. I never saw this. Ooh.
Demon pacts. Oh,
A demonic pact with
Demon
Lucifer
pact?
or Satan.
ooh.
Ooh, a VIP demonic pact with talisman and ritual kit.
That's
Oh,
majority, that's
how
the
much
majority of
that?
Hollywood right there.
So there it is. We got to play some Wiki Out games and some Two Truths and a Lie. Oh, some random articles and finished off with laughing at the neo-pagans and wannabe witches. So, I don't know. I don't think we've been streaming that long, but it feels like we've been on for a long time. I am,
Yeah. Oh, it's been a couple of hours.
Yeah, a couple hours.
Yeah, I'm only 3 tall cans of hard cider deep, but I'm feeling it, man. I think it's because I haven't eaten in a long time, which is probably a good reason to go get a snack. I'd like to.
Yeah, I need.
What's that?
I need to go get dinner. Actually.
Yeah.
I didn't have no alcohol this morning, like I said, so I had to get the other beer, which was root beer.
Hmm. Oh, and Rotten Corpse brings up the big titty goth bitches. Yeah, well, maybe they're an exception to all the essential oils and stuff.
The suicide girls. Man.
Yeah, short term, perhaps, if they're a big titty goth girl.
Long time, no.
Yeah, well, up to us is 2 hours 9 minutes. Well, it's just about the right time then. So, I'd like to thank everybody for coming by, hanging out with us tonight. I'd like to thank Far and Pat for keeping me company at the bar. You guys are always welcome. It's always a good time.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
I'd especially like to thank everybody who tipped the bartender. It's greatly appreciated. And so, that wraps us up for tonight. I'm not sure when the next time we'll be doing a Noir Bar is. Not tomorrow night, because I got things on deck. But definitely in the week to come a few times. And then we're going to do... I can't do one Halloween night. So people ask that if I could do one Halloween night. But I can't, because I'm going to be out drinking and carousing.
Yeah, and Halloween night is really gonna be busy on YouTube, man, because a lot of folks already got a bunch of stuff set up. That's why I'm doing my stream in the morning. Because that night is gonna be saturated.
Yeah. It keeps happening. I see I end up watching your streams after the fact. I never catch them live because I'm either asleep or not home. You're at a good time of day. See, I was dumb. I put comic book curation right in the middle of the concentrated time, in the middle of the evening, across North America, somewhere in the middle of the evening, that kind of thing, into the night. And it's a lot of competition at that time. But then again, it sucks. I don't get to see your show live. But yeah, if you, Pat, you should put your link in chat to your channel. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
And I will grab it from there and put it in the description for those who are not subbed. They absolutely should be. Fun things are happening over there. And in the meantime, thank you everybody for coming by. I'm fully pumped inviting me on the bar. Well, where it has great advice and tutorials on how to bully? WikiHow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the Yo Boy Live one.
Cool.
Sponsor us, WikiHow. No, actually, don't sponsor us.
Grab that one.
Let's see. And there's the one for Psycho Rick right there.
Nice. Yeah, if you haven't checked out either of those channels, you absolutely should. The Psycho Rick stuff is still great. And you can go back and check out that Marilyn Monroe mini documentary that we were talking about. It was really good. I really dug it.
Yeah, it was up in there. Like right now, I'm at 1,300 subscribers. It's like, I don't know. I've been getting like 10 subscribers a week so far, but it's like I've been trying to improve from there. I figure by beginning of next year, I'm gonna be like trying to reach out to a lot of people for like collabs.
Nice.
To see if I can boost up like that way.
After you scream, check your Discord and for a relevant photo. All right, Gokado, I will. I gotta be more active with checking my Twitter and Discord DMs. I've turned off the notification for them because there was so many, not because I'm popular, but because I don't know how to turn off the all channel notifications. And it's like anytime someone at all or at everyone's on Discord, I get like all of these pop-ups, including on my own channels or own servers and stuff. It's nuts.
Oh.
All right, everybody, have a good night, and thank you for coming. We will see you again next time. As we always say about this time, you don't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here. See you again. Have a good night, everyone.
Night.
Stay away from
Bye,
voodoo.
folks.